Kia ora guys, gals, and legionnaires. Normal looking Rycon here, that's right, I'm back to the usual kind of look. It's very hot today, so no sleeves allowed. But we're back with Leif, and we are back to having our regular 2 episodes of Leif and 2 episodes of Dusk. I know, it was tough for me as well. I like to play this, I really do. So it was tough for me to only be able to just do those, one of each. But we're back to 2, we're back to our regular scheduled broadcasting. Yeah, and we need to cook something up for our friend here, or at least we need to get preserving. We've got all of these chunks of meat that we need to process. We have some offal as well and some stomach. I want to try and keep the offal and stomach in the hopes that we are going to be able to find some more and be able to make ourselves some wasteland sausage, because that lasts a long time. So we're going to cross our fingers on that one, but at the very least we need to get this meat processed. Now, we probably don't need to dehydrate all of it because we're hungry now. We are going to need to eat. So we might want to have a look at some options that we can do that are going to allow us to, we can meat now? What? Okay, we can. We've got a glass jar, so we can actually can some meat. Interesting. Well, there we go. Now, yeah, so, okay, you can can it, but you can't seal it. You do need to get an actual sealer. No, all you need to do is have boiling. That makes perfect sense, because that's kind of how you seal them. Very interesting. I like that. Good. So we could actually do that. We could can some for a change. That takes 30 minutes to do, whereas I guess like if we were going to smoke it, that takes an hour, and dehydrating it takes 18 minutes. So it doesn't take anywhere near as long for us to do. I feel like dehydrating it is still the best thing for us to do right now. Yeah. If I could save the offal and everything else like that, then I would. Like, if we could do canned offal, I would. I don't think we have enough to do it right now, and that's the reason why we can't do it. So, it's unfortunate, but what can you do? That's perfectly fine. So, let's see, what do we want to try and make? I'm tempted to try and make some dog food, and see if we are able to use it on those dogs. See if we are able to get a dog to be our friend. Now, some of you have said that you'd be perfectly fine with me spawning in a dog whistle, because you can't actually like carve one, even though I think you should be able to do that out of bone if you have something that has like fine cutting, like just like super fine cutting. And if your crafting skill is high enough, I feel like you should be able to do it. I don't know, maybe not. But at the very least, we might be able to get a dog to be our friend. And I think seeing those dogs, Leif might think they could be a really good hunting partner. So whether or not he can actually make them go from passive to aggressive, I think he's still going to want to do at least one of these. And so we need to have both meat and wild vegetables. We have one of each right now. So I think it's going to be fine for us to make just one for the time being. So we're going to go ahead and use some of that water, and we fail to make the dog food, and we waste some materials at the same time, which is really frustrating. Do we even have enough? No, we don't have enough wild vegetables to be able to do it now. Well, thank you, dogs. Ain't that fantastic? Well, we can't change that. It is what it is. God damn it. Okay, well, that's fine. Like I said, it is what it is. So I can't change that right now. And ideally, I would like to try and make us some more broth. Primarily, it looks like we're using the eggs to be able to do that. Can we use meat instead of the eggs? No, so this is definitely more of like a vegetarian broth, and then I think you can go on to make meat soup and everything afterwards, but the broth is the base for everything else. Making broth does take a decent amount of time, but I think it could be worth us making some for now at the very least, because if we are to make something like the soup, I feel like that would be pretty good. We'll go ahead and use some reptile eggs for now, and we'll go ahead and pour that into a container. We don't have any going at the moment. We got our clay pot and we got the stone pot. I'm guessing we didn't make the large clay one. No, we haven't been able to make that yet. So we'll just go ahead and put it in the gallon jug for now. I think that's perfectly fine. So that's where we're going to keep it the majority of the time. Now, from there, are we able to go and make ourselves some meat soup? Yes, we can. Fantastic. So we can only make one, but it gives us 4 portions. And how much are we going to use here? 2 chunks of meat. I'm perfectly fine with that. So that's going to do us for today. So we can go ahead and make that now, and we'll actually just start consuming it. Okay, and see if that deals with it. Finish it all? No. So we're going to go ahead and pour the rest just into the sealed stomach for the time being. So now we're just thirsty. Let's go ahead and deal with that if we can. We have our sealed stomach over here, but we should have some other water elsewhere. We don't, so we are going to have to make some eventually. That's fine. We'll go ahead and have a drink. Fantastic. And while we're standing around here and we've got some tainted bones in here at the moment, we should try and make ourselves some more charcoal. We still have some up the top, so that's something for us to remember, but the splintered wood, etc., I think I'm going to go ahead and put another 50 units of that into there. So we'll go ahead and shift over 50 if possible. That's clean water. There you are. So we're going to go ahead and move 50 units of that over, and we'll go ahead and fire that if we can. Do we have the lighter on us? No, we don't. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a lighter then. You're going to be over here by tools. Grab the lighter and fire the kiln. Fantastic. Right, we'll go ahead and drop that back just because I'm trying to keep some things out of our inventory for the time being, because we will be leaving here today. We'll be going out and doing some more hunting. Hey, look, we can make some cat food. Unfortunately, we can't make dog food. That's fine. We need vegetables to be able to make it, and that's all right. I guess it's kind of like almost like a form of kibble that we must be making. So we want to go ahead and preserve the rest of the meat that we have so that we can use it whenever we want to. So let's go ahead and start dehydrating this meat. So we're going to have some chunks left over. We'll see how much we have, just the one. So what we'll do with that is just go ahead and just cook that as it is by itself. So we'll find our food and the cooked meat. And like I said, I'm not going to do the offal just now. We'll go ahead and eat the cooked meat if we can. Nice, we're full and we're feeling pretty good after a pretty substantial meal as well. So let's go ahead, drop that, and let's keep the meat soup on us for the time being, because that's going to kind of keep us fed throughout the day. But the offal and the stomach we're going to drop here. The datura seeds, we're going to go ahead and drop them up the top, just with our other unrelated crafting supplies and bits and bobs. Same along with those rocks as well. And I'm going to leave the auto pickup for the rocks on, because the rocks are still going to be valuable to us, so I feel like it's worth us keeping them around, really. So with that being said, if we're going to go out for another hunt, we need to make sure that we're going out with something smaller. Like, I know last time I talked about trying to make some game arrows, so we'll see if we are even able to do that. It doesn't look like we are, so I guess what we'd need to do is look at what is going to be necessary. It's probably going to be like plastic or something again. So we've got fire hardened small game arrow. Okay, so right away we need to have some duct tape for that, and some fiber or fiber. 2x4, that's fine. We've got a bone. We'd actually have everything we need to be able to do this. We actually have the plastic bags and the plastic chunks and the paper as well. So that's why breaking down things has been good doing that so far. But what we need is some plant fiber. So the plant fiber we know we can get by cooking up the rhizomes, which come from the cat's tail. So we could very quickly go and do that. And I think I would be okay with us doing that. So let's go ahead and start roaming. It does start raining as soon as we leave. That's typical. I'm going to try not walk through our garden if possible. Avoid that where we can. And there we go. We do actually have some cat's tails still kind of close by. This is the reason why I don't want to just like full on strip the place right now, because this is going to be something useful for us to just rush back and grab in case we do need some kind of emergency food. So we'll take that and we'll roam back up to our home. And we'll see about cooking them and getting some plant fiber from them. So I need to try and figure out which one it is that we need to do, because if you do it wrong, you're not going to get your fiber. So there we go. Byproduct, plant fiber. So we have 3 stalks. Fantastic. It's going to take us nearly an hour, unfortunately, so it takes a bit of time, and it actually does take us towards the evening. Our sleep schedule's a little bit out of whack at the moment. I don't know if there's anything we can take immediately that's going to allow us to be able to sleep, and I don't think we can make anything kind of drug-wise right now. No, not really. Yeah, we're pretty limited in that regard. We can make super glue, which is quite cool. But yeah, we're pretty limited on what we can actually make out here, drug-wise, chemical-wise. I know that we can brew some teas that might be able to help us out with that. I just can't for the life of me remember which teas are meant to actually help us out. I guess we could see what the bee balm tea does, because I'm pretty sure that was actually under here for us. Okay, bee balm tea. Negative effects of the common cold or flu. Okay, so that's good to know for that. Are there any other kind of teas that we can make? Is that going to be under brew? No, that's actually brewing. Okay, well that's good to know. I can't see any teas that we can make right now. You know what, we can actually just search for tea. And that'll be the easiest way for us to do it. Chai isn't going to really help us out at all. Herbal tea, no, and just regular tea as well. I'm surprised we can't make pine needle tea. That's probably something that's going to be further down along the survival tree for us. But having a look at this, I'm trying to figure what else we're actually going to be able to make. We'll keep the cat's tails on us for now, because we can eat them, and the rhizome we can eat right away by itself, although the enjoyability of that is not super great. So we might just go ahead and drop that to the ground for now. We need a little bit of fire, and I don't know if we have any in there right now. No, the firing is actually empty, so we're going to have to use some of that wood. I don't want to use too much, though, is the only thing. So let's see what we can do. Yes, we can't put items there. I realize that. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and just chuck 30 across for the time being. And we'll go ahead and grab that lighter. The lighter doesn't actually weigh too much. I should probably just leave it on us, because it's a pretty useful tool. Fire can be a great tool to use in a fight as well. If you can bring things through it, it can make a pretty big difference. So let's see. We want to make ourselves some small game arrows, and we seem to be able to make them without too much trouble. Okay, so we're going to get 20 arrows from that. We probably don't need 20. I feel like 10 would be enough for now, because we're not going to want to carry too many with us. So we've got a few different options as to what we can use. I'm actually okay with us using some bone. Oh no, it's going to use 5 of them. So let's just use the one rock then. I think that's better. And we are going to use a whole heap of that paper to be able to do this as well. We'll save our plastic for other things. So we have ourselves some small game arrows. They shouldn't be weighing us down too much, but what that's going to enable us to do is fire at some of the smaller creatures, have maybe a better chance to hit them, but also when we do, we aren't just going to outright destroy them, because right now our arrows are so big that when it pierces like a rabbit, it'll completely wreck the thing. You see them kind of almost like just explode. So yeah, that'll help us out with that. Now I'm hoping that we are actually going to wake up. I don't know, sleep without waking up, but I mean, we'll try. We will try. In the event that we can't get to sleep, I'm gonna stay up and craft. Okay, we try to sleep but can't. Okay, so let's go ahead, put the plank back over that. We're gonna spend this time wisely. So that means that tomorrow we are gonna be tired, but we just need to stay awake until we can go to sleep, essentially. We want to try and get our sleeping schedule back on track, because right now it's kind of all over the place. So with that being the case, we want to try and make some things, or at least get round to making some things that we've been meaning to make for a while. Things like the cooked acorn meal. So if we start processing these now, they're going to take a decent while for us to be able to do, but it's going to enable us to make things like flour and things that can help us out a decent amount in the long term. So let's go have some more water. That's easy for us to deal with while we're here, and because we have that, we can now make ourselves some flour. And it is just one little bit of flour, but hey, it's certainly better than nothing. So there we go, we do actually have some flour from that. Excellent. Next step, we want to go along and just see what else we can make. We can make starch from the rhizome. It gives us 5 plant fibers, and I'm actually okay with that. It's going to give us some starch as well. So yeah. The starch we're going to be able to turn into flour. We don't want to leave it alone because it's going to rot otherwise. So let's go ahead and make ourselves some starch. Fantastic. Okay, I'm liking all the plant fibers as byproducts from this. And we can't actually make flour because we don't have enough. So I guess that's the thing. Now, next up, I think we'd probably want to try and see if we can preserve some of those eggs that we have. It's unlikely they're gonna go off, but it probably would be better for us to keep them the way that they are. Maybe. Or we could look at making some bone broth here, because we've got a huge amount of... Yeah. You know what? I think we're gonna do that. It takes 6 days to rot. This is gonna take us, again, more time to be able to make, but I think that's right. Okay, so we're gonna go pour that bone broth into the gallon jug. We've actually got 2 at the moment, so let's go put the one in that one there. Have something to drink yet again, and have something to eat. So we'll go ahead and just have the cooked cat's tail for now, because the meat soup is gonna last a lot longer. So we'll have that first of all. We're not gonna eat starch just by itself, because that's not a good move. It's not gonna be very enjoyable at all. Okay, so looking at this, we can make some more meat soup now. We would want to make things like wood soup, but that broth is going to last a decent while. Let's see. We can shell the nuts. What are we going to be able to do with those afterwards? Make hand roasted. Okay. Well, we might as well be doing these things now because we've got some time to kill, and finally we are actually tired. It is midnight, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to go to sleep and wake up before too long. I'm hoping the daylight's actually going to wake us up. We could be lucky in that it does. So let's go to sleep, hope for the very best. We are going to be waking up hungry, that's fine, and come on. Wake up, buddy. Wake up. Okay, good. And we actually feel well rested, so this is good. I think that there's a good chance that we're going to be back on track with our sleeping schedule. So, yay us. That's a good thing. Have another cooked cat's tail stalk, and we are going to have some of that good old meat soup as well. Cold, but I imagine at the same time kind of nice. Maybe, even just a little bit. Let's go ahead and drop those shelled hickory nuts off. We've still got some clean water with us. Drop the starch and the plant fiber. Let's see, we have one swag bag with us. That's perfectly fine. I think we should bring our spear with us. Just in the event that things go wrong, it's not very heavy and it's a weapon that is, can potentially save our life. So I think it is worth us having. The throwing sticks as well we're going to bring with us. It's a little overkill, but I think we're okay with what we've got. And so with that, we are going to go out and do some hunting. Or at least try to. We'll go out and see what we're able to get. I'm hoping that with the small game arrows, we're really going to be able to try and practice our archery a little bit more on some of these smaller creatures and even get some things from them without losing too much at the same time. I need to familiarize myself with some of these plants. That's definitely Datura. That's okay. We'll go grab some dandelions while we're here. Yes, thank you very much. Just pick them up as we go along. Dahlia roots, yeah, so we need a shovel. Okay. I gotta remember to grab those dahlia roots because I don't know what I can do with them yet. You are gonna be well rotted, aren't you? Lumps of clay. Okay, so you're not gonna be rotted, you're clay. We'll grab it for now and we'll see how heavy that's gonna be. Not super heavy, so we'll take it, but we can always drop them off or just throw them somewhere temporarily if we don't like it. The mutated poppy I'd like to try and take because I think with the poppy seeds and buds we can make things that are heady aroma. Okay. Is that gonna mess us up? We're happy right now. I think we were happy before. But I'm pretty sure with the poppy we're gonna be able to make things that will help us go to sleep in the future. So go ahead, take that. Heady aroma. Okay. Hopefully keeping them on us isn't gonna have an adverse effect. I'm pretty sure that these papers are coming back because I'm almost certain that we've that's a lot of squirrels. Disassemble that. Yep, grab the paper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we've dealt with them. I'd love to be able to swim out and get those arrows. And I also really don't want to fire against the ocean is the only thing, I guess. We could just use a throwing stick on them. I'm okay with us losing some throwing sticks here. Well, that's a terrible chance to hit, so no, let's not do that, in fact. Yeah. We could try and swim out there and grab them. I'm a little nervous about that, though. I'm not 100% about deep water yet, you know? You sink like a rock. Okay, let's get out of there. If you sink like a rock, get out of there. I think it's just because we're so heavy. So if we took a decent amount of our stuff off, we'd be feeling a little bit better. Yeah, now we're completely wet. That wasn't the greatest move. I'm sorry, Leif. I know you're going to be quite angry at me about that, but that's fine. Okay. I've messed up. I have messed up. Was that a hallucination? I think it could have been a hallucination. We fell asleep. Our legs are covered in the poppy's roots. Have I messed up? Have I messed up big time? It could have just been hallucination. We're okay though. We were in pain though. I don't see any effects under here that would make me think that there is anything untoward going on, but I guess the thing is, like, Leif would be just as in the dark as I am. Okay, we'll keep them with us for the time being, but we'll just kind of try and be a little cautious. Okay. all these bloody animals with their backs against the water like this. It's really annoying. I think we're gonna have to go to the far field, or at least kind of towards it for the time being, because that seems to be where the majority of things like to hang out and roam away from the water. A blinky, okay. All right, blinky. We've got squirrels, we've got perch. I'm not seeing anything out here yet, but we are seeing some dandelions, so as always, we'll go ahead and grab them, and butcher paper. No point in reading the newspaper. No news that we care about. We've got some glare we're dealing with as well, and again, just not a huge amount of animals out here right now, which is a little weird for us. Okay, we've got a jackrabbit. Keep moving. Got a few dandelions now, so this isn't where the dogs are. No, that's kind of the next set, next forest, I think. And again, we're not seeing any, so don't know what's going on. Let's go ahead, do this what we can. Okay. Yeah, here we go. It's a black rat. Okay. Right, so we'll start stalking this rat. See what we're able to do. It's going to ask us what arrows we want to use once we start getting closer to it. Don't know if it's fully aware of our presence yet, but we are coming for it all the same. We need to get relatively close on this thing before we try and take a shot. So we are going to take this here. It takes us a few more turns for us to be able to get it. As you can see, the damage is a lot less. I'm hoping we're going to be able to do something with this. No, as of yet, we're not able to. It's going to be even harder to hit, right? Our chance to hit is just so low. It's amazing. I guess we're kind of learning a little bit. Come on. Yeah, the percentage chances are just so low right now. Well, we'll go ahead and pick them up all the same. We have lost 2 in the process. They have broken. Are we getting any better at archery, though, is my question. It looks like we are. So we'll keep it up. We'll see if we are able to do anything here at all. Still very low chance to hit. And the second that he takes a step away, that chance gets even worse. The short bow isn't an incredible weapon, but it's not terrible at the same time. We should be able to do something here. Now, being that close, you imagine we'd have a better chance to hit. But then it kind of defeats the purpose of having a bow in the first place. We'd probably be better off just using our knife spear to try and do this, but at the same time, we are trying to learn how to use this bow, so I feel like this is an important part of it. Okay, keep it up. Especially if we can kill him with these small game arrows, it'll make a big difference. Okay, chasing after him again. It looks like we've actually injured it, that's why it's going a little bit slower. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Come on, Leif. Any better? 60, but that could have been from just the one shot that we got before. Let's keep on moving, it's sunny. I'm just trying to make sure we got a jumping spider nearby. Need to be aware of that. We've almost used all of our small game arrows here now. Let's see if we can actually get anything here. Wow, that one went very, very far away because I wasn't taking a precise shot, so that's why. And that's all of our arrows used. So we're going to go ahead and just throw a throwing stick here. And we're not any better with that yet either. I think bringing the sling will be a good idea as well. Oh, we're not picking up those automatically. Because this is going to be increasing our marksmanship, so either kind of range thing that we're doing is going to help us out. Do we have throwing stick down here? We do. So let's go ahead and add that onto there. No, not add, just enable it for the time being. There we go. And we'll get throwing the throwing stick. Wow, we're not very good at this. And as you can see, there's not much of it left. Yeah, it's already pulped, so we'd be lucky to get anything from that. We did get 2 chunks. Okay, so it is better than nothing. We'll go ahead and just drink. And as for the fox, I don't think we're going to be able to get anything here, but we'll still try at the same time. So we'll load up one of the small game arrows. Okay, so you can see because the fox is so much larger, we do have a much better chance to hit, and we do actually hit the fox's hide. And are you coming towards us, good sir? Are you attacking us? There's one way for us to kind of know. We can kind of look into your eyes. It looks like you're ignoring us right now. So, well, that actually kind of works out for me. Let's take a shot, 5 damage. We're gonna have to use our regular arrows from this point on. We are at 100% steadiness. We'll take these shots. It's gonna be a lot harder to hit. We're gonna have to start that chase now. Bobcat spotted. Okay, where is the bobcat? Where is the bobcat? Is he to our right? Yes, but I don't see him right now. Okay, the bobcat smelt blood. I think that's kind of what's happened. Or it's chasing that crow. I think it might be. Now the bobcat's something that I would want to try and attack. They are very fast. They're very, very nimble. So we'd want to be cautious about this, but I think I do want to go for this bobcat here. It'll be ignoring us currently. So if we can line up even something, oh, for frickin' moose. Oh my god, we need to run. We need to run. We are running already, but you can see how fast that moose is. It's hostile. We need to run. We need to run really fast. It's going for that bobcat. Oh god, leave us alone. Go for the bobcat, leave us alone. The bobcat dies. Oh my god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. There's nothing I can do to stop this. There's nothing I can do to stop this. We can't beat him in a 1-to-1 fight. We might be able to do enough damage to him with the bow if we're lucky. But we'd have to be seriously lucky to be able to do that. He's gonna start running directly for us right now. He's angry for whatever reason. He's been just pissed off by something. We're still too far away from the water. We're not going to be able to dive in and pray. We're going to have to stand our ground here. So our options are to use whatever arrows that we have left and essentially hope for the damn best. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. So the second that we can take a shot. Okay, so we're going to start lining up our shot now. We're going to try and get to 100%. It's a much larger animal, so our chance to hit is a lot higher. Okay, and we do hit. We hit him for 9. Okay, we hit him for 16. Are we going to be able to get another one off in time? Okay, we do. We headshot him. Okay, but as you can see, as that final shot does go off, the moose collides into Leif, knocking him to the ground. Okay. The wooden arrow embeds itself in the moose. The moose hits our torso and our head as we fall to the ground. It tries to, like, gallop, or at least, try and bring those antlers down into us, but Leif does roll out of the way. The moose is bleeding. It does appear to be injured as we drop our short bow to the ground and attempt to wield our knife spear. Oh shit. As we do pull the knife spear out, trying to get it from around our pack, rolling backwards and forwards, the moose continues to just gouge its antlers in at the ground, and Leif just continues to try and dodge and block with his knife spear as he's trying to get the thing up towards the creature. Oh, okay, alright, he brings it up, piercing the creature, but it still seems to be fighting with ferocity. It is heavily injured still, but so are we. We continue to dodge, we block a few times, our hoodie starts to tear. We attack again, piercing at the moose, but the moose continues its onslaught, slamming into us, completely tearing Leif's pants off. Items begin to fall to the floor. As Leif strikes again, the moose appears to slow. It's weakening, but pain begins to cloud Leif's mind. He continues to try and block, holding the knife spear in front of him. As the moose pulls back, he attempts to strike again. He hits the moose, piercing it in the jawline, beneath the jaw. And the moose does appear to weaken. Severely injured now, the blood is starting to pour over Leif. As he strikes again, the moose turns, realizing that this creature, this man that it has attempted to kill, is putting up far too much of a fight. More of a fight than it bargained itself for. It starts to limp off, nearly dead. Leif, now pantsless, climbs back to his feet, gasping for breath, feeling alive, as he sees a frickin' giant wasp in the distance, because that's just our luck. We just survived a frickin' moose attack! My excitement, for those of you who have played Cataclysm before, will know why this is such a big event for us. Surviving an attack like this is not easy to do, especially in these very early days. Now, a character like Dusk that we have in our other Cataclysm series, she can wipe the floor with a moose in a second, but for the most part, moose are early game killers because you cannot run for them. They're faster than you, and they are so much stronger than you. But luckily, we were able to get those first initial hits with our arrows, which already weakened it, and somehow Leif managed to kind of stay on the ball. Now, I want to kill this thing. I don't want this thing to get away. It's going to continue to run. I don't think it's bleeding, like actually bleeding. We might be able to get it to that state. I'm not sure. We have a chance to hit it with a throwing stick. It is nearly dead. As Leif does get back to his feet, putting his knife spear in the ground, he grabs out one of his throwing sticks from his pack and begins to hurl it in the direction of the moose. It collides with the moose's head and it skids, its antlers embedding in the dirt. We were frickin' victorious. Hell yes. This is such a big victory for us. Yes, we are in pain. Yes, he did tear off our pants, which really sucks. We are literally just wearing boxer shorts now. But we're alive. We are alive right now, and boy do I feel it. Let's go ahead and grab all of those arrows and those throwing sticks back. That is a moose corpse there. That is a lot of meat. That is hide. That is another stomach. That is just all kinds of good stuff for us. We're in so much pain right now, but that's going to be okay. That's going to be all right. We're going to start butchering this thing now. Cutting it up, we find a whole heap of useful things. This is the kind of kill that we were looking for, but one that I was probably too afraid to take on myself. The idea of just straight up attacking a moose was not on the cards for me at all, not in the slightest. So the fact this has happened, it was written in the stars. 9 chunks of meat, 5 chunks of fat. We've got the pelt as well, so what we're going to be able to do now is actually treat those pelts, because we have enough fat to be able to make tallow. This is a good thing for us. This is a very, very good thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and activate our swag bag, or rather wear our swag bag, because I want to bring all those bones back with us as well. So there is nothing left of this moose. We carved it up completely, bringing everything back with us. Weirdly enough, we didn't get any offal from that, which is strange. But I'm not going to complain. 9 chunks of meat, 5 chunks of fat, a raw pelt, a large stomach. It's a good day for us. Now, it did kill the bobcat as well, didn't it? So let's go up in the direction of where the bobcat was. Okay, that's the black rat that I think we killed. Yes. So the bobcat is up here. Fantastic. Okay, we can grab those arrows at the same time. So let's go ahead and grab those. Okay, good stuff. Leif, it is your lucky day, my friend. It is your lucky day. Okay, so what do we get from you? We do get some offal, fantastic. I see some wasteland sausage in our future. That swag bag enables us to carry so much volume. It's incredible. So with that, let's start. Well, first of all, let's stop running. Let's catch our breath back so that Leif can actually just kind of relax for a second here and start making our way back. Now, where is that giant jumping spider? He is to the southwest, so let's try to avoid it for now if we can. And we're going to start roaming on back. I'm going to keep the knife spear out for now, just because that's a good defensive weapon for us. It's somehow still holding together. I thought it was going to break during that fight, just because of what that thing is able to output. So I'm very, very happy with Leif's performance in that fight, because I thought that might be game over for us. I was being serious when I was saying like it might be it, because there is a very high chance that could have been it. But for whatever reason, we were very, very lucky to keep on dodging during that fight. Leif's dodge is actually pretty good, because he's quite a nimble dude in the first place. You know, he's spent a lot of time out in the woods before the Cataclysm, and I imagine him doing like a lot of running. You know, he's a pretty fit dude. He's quite young as well, so he's still got a lot of vitality to him. So I'm seriously impressed with what he's done here, and I'm very, very happy with it. Just absolutely stoked. That is such a major victory for us. So we need to make sure that we make it back in one piece. So that's why I'm just kind of going a little cautiously now, because when something good happens, usually there is something bad just around the corner. So we need to be aware of what that bad thing might be. So we'll just kind of cautiously take. I totally thought as we walked across there, like Jord Terror was just going to come out and just smash us. But no, we're okay. We're okay. We've actually made it past the kind of danger zone, as I'd like to call it. So at this point, we can start moving a little bit faster. So we'll start wandering on back towards our home. We have a lot of things to treat. We have to also kind of treat ourselves as well at the same time. Oh, wow. We made it back in one piece. Well, without our trousers, but hey, you know, you can't win every battle. That's fantastic. That's just so good. So we're hungry right away, so let's see if there is anything else here that we can eat. I don't think so. Oh, that fat was about to go off, so that's kind of good. We do have some bone broth there. I'm tempted to just drink some of it right now. We've got a rotten stomach. That sucks. Okay, well, let's have the bone broth for now. That's fantastic. I want to go ahead and move the rotten stomach just into the fire so that we can actually get rid of it. There we go. Looks like the charcoal is still firing right now. Let's go ahead and see. We want to try and make ourselves some tallow. I believe it is tallow that we need. It looks like that's going to be the case. I need to be 100% certain though, so we're just going to do a quick search for tan. Okay. Tanned hide. Tanned pelt. Yes, I realized that. So what did I need the tallow for then? Because I know, here we go. Tanning leather hide. Yeah, so we need tallow and a cured hide. Okay, fantastic, and salt water. So it is just tallow that we need, fantastic. So let's go back to tallow, and we're gonna go and try and make as much of that as we can. We can make 2 lots of tallow, which is fantastic. We get 8 portions of it as well, which is great. So let's go ahead and start making some tallow. Brilliant. Fantastic, we've got 8 things of tallow now. That is a massive, just awesome deal for us. Let's go ahead and start making another cured pelt. Yep, let's do that. Charcoal smoker, raw pelt, that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and do that. So that's the big one that we just found then. It does take us a while to be able to do that. We're a little hungry, so let's just have the rest of that bone broth. Okay, you know what? Yes, we'll do it anyway. Okay, the pain is starting to go down, which is good. That is going to dissipate once we actually have a good sleep. And while we're here, let's see if we can actually make wasteland sausage or not. Damn, we might be short on some things. What do we need? We need 4 raw offal. That sucks. We're so close. We've got a large stomach. We have some offal, but just not enough right now. The salt water is perfectly fine. I can go grab some of that. That's not an issue, but damn, we're close to being able to make that. I really do want to make it as well. We might just have to do a very, very quick hunt to see if we can find something, which I don't think that's going to be an issue. Let's just drop the dandelions back there for now. Actually, let's just drop most things. I want to keep the tallow on us for the time being. We've got the pelts down here, 3 cured pelts. So we're just going to need some salt water for a number of different reasons now, actually. So let's grab a gallon jug if we can. So the gallon jug should be over here. Let's see. Where are our gallon jugs? Well, I've got quite a few felt patches. That's good. It's very good. Let's see. It's been a long time coming, getting these to be actually where we want them to be. We've got tan bark there as well, which is good. I haven't seen any other trees that we can get tan bark from. It's like the black oak ones, I think. So we'll see, or rather the black kind of barked trees. We definitely have another one. It's probably just beneath me now. Gallon jug. I'm probably just missing it. Gallon jug, fantastic. Go ahead and grab that, and we'll just run over to the swamp real quick. Running over to the swamp. Okay. Salt water, fantastic. Pour into the gallon jug. Excellent. Wander on back. We'll have to walk across that for a second. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and see if we can make some tanned fur pelt. Fantastic, we can. Okay, so we can just do the one for now. What do we start missing out on? It's the tan bark that we need. So we do need to have some more tan bark there. Okay, so that's something that we are going to have to try and hunt down. It's not something that we need to do immediately right this second. I think what I am going to try and do is drop that to the ground. The poppy buds we're going to go and drop just up there for now. Get those away from us. I think we were hallucinating. I think before, I'm not 100% on that. And we do want to see if we can just do a little bit of hunting. We are probably in need of something for our legs. I don't know if we have anything left. We do actually have some cargo pants that don't fit, so we'll go ahead and just wear those for the time being. It's better than nothing. So let's go back to our legs, and I'm actually okay with that. We did actually have some leg warmers on, so we weren't completely bare. That and the boxer shorts as well. Yeah, we got to have some small creatures down here, right? Just fish, though, probably. Well, the fish we can use our throwing sticks on. We know that we're able to hit them. So many squirrels down there. Let's see if we can just wait for this fish to pop back up. He's not going to do it, is he? No, he's gone. Damn coward fish. They're all cowards. Okay, now you're just going to go away, aren't you, fish? Here you are. Okay, so let's see. We should stand a little bit of a better chance here. We can pretty much wander straight up to these suckers. Let's see. Throwing stick, 10% chance to hit. That's not amazing. That's really not an amazing chance to hit. Okay, alright, you're right in front of us now. Let's just use the knife spear. Okay, we miss. I'm not surprised. And they're all going to start running away. Yeah, great. Good hunting, buddy. Good hunting. We should be able to corner him here. Okay, so far so good. I want you to go that way. Yep. We actually... There. Oh, you sneaky little bastard. You sneaky bugger. Okay. Let's just try and use the throwing sticks then. Seems like he's going to be stationary enough. 10% chance to hit though ain't amazing. It's still 10%, even when you're right in front of me. That's amazing. Well, at least this might get us a little bit better at throwing. That's fine. Okay, we miss again. Let's see, we'll move in here, because even if you move... Okay, we take the strikes, but we don't actually hit you. Okay, fine. That's how we're going to be. It's because they're so small. Okay, we're not protecting our head right now. Apparently it's quite a windy day today. Alright, what else have we got here? There's got to be something that we can get. The swag bag that we have, that's going to make it very hard for us to hit things. It's probably also impeding our chance to hit as well, really, if I'm thinking about it right. So let's go ahead and take off the swag bag for now. That might actually give us a chance to hit something with this knife spear. I've been stupid. I can attack from 2 squares away with this knife spear, so I need to start doing that. So we can actually still attack him from there. Squirrel, come on, squirrel. I got you, squirrel. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I doubt we're gonna get any offal at all. There is a chance, maybe. Not a huge chance, but I guess there is a chance there. We got some meat from it, so certainly better than nothing. But yeah, not looking like we're gonna find any right now. So I guess we're not gonna see that. Now, you are a dead hickory tree. What is going to be the tree that we need to be able to get tan bark from? It's gonna be quite different from some of the others. That's another hickory tree. I'm guessing we can just get the nuts from there. You're a pine tree. So what we need to have a look for in this forest is for a tree that seems a little different from the other ones. So it should stand out. For the most part, it looks like these are pretty much all going to be these oak trees, but there should be some others in this forest. We can immediately see some birch. That's going to give us birch bark, but it's not going to give us, well, I'm assuming it's going to give us birch bark, right? Yes, we harvest birch bark. So straw baskets, straw hats. Okay, we can actually make straw things with birch bark. Huh. Okay. Yes, we'll do that because we can make clothing with straw. Okay, what do we got? We got another hickory tree. Okay. It's definitely not the hickory tree. A blackjack oak. Okay, so I think that's what we're after. I think. I'm not 100%. Let's have a look. So it's slightly... It's kind of this. It's similar. Yes, tan bark. Fantastic. Okay, so it is this kind of slightly different looking tree. 2 tan bark. Brilliant. Okay, that's just an oak tree. That's just an oak tree. Okay, so wow, it is quite similar. Hang on. It just goes to being a regular oak tree. So is it what? So I guess the oak tree looks a little different when it's like ready to harvest, and that makes it a blackjack oak tree. I'm not very good with my trees that aren't native to New Zealand. Okay, so there we go. So we can kind of see the difference. That's definitely one up here. So that's what we're wanting to try and look out for. I'm also wanting to try and look out for goddamn bees, because I know there is a bee that kind of roams around in here still. So we'll go ahead and take that tan bark. Fantastic. And let's just kind of keep our eyes peeled. I can see another one to the northeast, so let's start roaming up that way. At least I thought I could. You're not. You're just a regular oak tree. Fine. Okay, there we go. We can actually tell more from the foliage than the actual bark itself. There we go. And it just turns back into a regular. Okay, interesting. All right, well, we'll take it. We'll take it. And I'll see if I can see any other birch on the way back. There is a birch that's quite far away right now, so we're just going to start roaming back home. If we see anything that does pique our interest, we'll go ahead and stop. There is a newspaper, but that's fine. Let that on by. I think that's another blackjack oak up here. It is. Pick you. And we'll take the tan bark. Thank you very much. It's been a very long process to get to the point where we can start tanning things, so I'm glad that that is finally here. We're going to be able to start making some of our own clothing right from the get-go, and I think that's going to be better for us in the long run. Okay. In the hickory tree, we need a tool to dig with. Because we need... Oh, that's how you're going to get hickory root. Okay, right. I see. Okay, alright, we're back from outer space. What have I done? Okay, let's... Yeah, there we go, zoom out. I was concerned for a second that we had crashed, but we're okay, we're alright. And we are back home. Before we wrap things up for today's episode, I do want to do that final process and see how long that's actually going to take us. We can make fried dandelions? Okay, just with flour, huh. Oh, we do need tallow. I was like, I'm sure we'd need some kind of oil or something, so yeah, that's what it is. Great, fantastic. You can do some more broth as well. Nice. Well, we'll do that eventually, but I think for the time being, we do want to focus on trying to get these fur pelts tanned. And we can do 4 of them. It's going to take 2 hours and 57 minutes. We're hungry right now, so it's probably worth us trying to do something with the meat that we have first. We can do canned meat as well. No, I think for the time being, we are just going to look at... could make some broth. How long are you going to take? Well, we can make a lot of broth. Because we have a lot of egg. Okay, we don't want to make that much. That's too much broth. Too much broth for us to be able to handle. And it would also take a long time for us to be able to do it. We're going to go ahead and just do 4 lots of broth for now. We're going to use the bird's eggs. Okay, and we'll pour it into a gallon jug. Fantastic, okay. We can't do wood soup right now, but we can do meat soup, which is still pretty good as well. So let's go ahead and look at doing some of that. We can go ahead and make 4 units of it. I think that's what we're going to do for now. We're just going to use some more eggs as well. Use some bird's eggs, and we'll pour that into the sealed stomach. And it can actually fit into there completely. So that's going to be very, very good for us for a good while, actually. That should be able to have a little bit of life in it. 5 days, that's fantastic. So that's going to keep us fed. We still have 2 fresh meat down there. We've got a whole heap of meat here as well, which we need to process because we don't want it to go off. We've got some rhubarb we can just eat as well. I should probably start looking at doing that. It doesn't really upset us to eat it. So I think we're going to try and eat that as well, but we're going to have this meat soup first to kind of get us started. Okay, all right. How long does it take? 48 minutes, so that's going to take 2 hours and 57 minutes. We will finish today's episode by doing that, and it has taken us into the evening, quite late into the evening, but now we have 4 pelts a tanning. And do we have those in our inventory right now? Yes, we do. 4 tanning fur pelts. So, a treated animal pelt which is undergoing the chemical process required to become fur. You will be able to activate it to unroll and make use of it when it is done. So what we're going to do for the time being, we're going to drop those back to where they were, but we actually have some fur pelts, which is awesome. So with those fur pelts, we should be able to make ourselves some clothes. That's something that I think we're going to start looking at doing over the next few episodes. Making clothes, potentially trying to make ourselves some rudimentary armor to protect ourselves when we're out there in the woods, but we're definitely getting better at surviving. Guys and gals, thank you all for joining me for another episode. I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. Today was a massive victory. So until next time, stay tuned.